A teenager shot and killed in Milwaukee just days before his 17th birthday.
And tonight, his mother is pleading with the community to come forward with information to solve his case. CBS 58's Amanda Porterfield has this week's Milwaukee Crime Stoppers.
If you're a parent raising a teenager, this story is probably one of your worst nightmares. You drop your kid off at a friend's house, come back to pick them up, and they're not there. Then you learn later they're dead. That's exactly what happened to a Milwaukee mother last September.
Oh no,
when you listen to Candace Dorsey describe her teenage son, Sean Dorsey,
he had like this really big smile and he loved to draw. He liked to give out hugs. He loved family.
He probably sounds like your own kid or another 16-year-old you know.
He was cool. He listened to his little rap like a lot of these kids, even though I would, I didn't approve. And he would be on the Xbox all day. And he loved cars.
But Dorsey, a mother of 6, says her middle child, Sean, always had a certain way about him. Protective, skeptical, perceptive.
He was always, oh, Mommy, you always talking to people. You need to be aware of your surroundings.
And she says her son was like that until the last day she saw him alive.
He was just happy. Prior to that, he had a really bad asthma attack. He was in the house all week. I was up all night, making sure he was good with his asthma medicine and breathing. He was like, oh, well, can I, go to my friend's house? And I was like, I guess.
Dorsey says she dropped him off at a friend's house at 4309 North 47th Street in the Park Lawn neighborhood.
I'll be back to get you at 8 o'clock. Like normally I would, come back to pick him up. And I told him, see you later. And he looked back at me really weird this time though. So when I came back to pick him up, he wasn't there. And he didn't answer his phone, no Instagram, and I never seen him again. To the day I identified him.
That was on Thursday, September 15th of 2022. Dorsey says she spent 3 days calling, texting, driving around, searching for Sean. She called police Saturday because she didn't want to overreact like she had in the past.
So I was just trying to be strong and hope that he's okay. And I'm like, maybe he'll call back, hopefully maybe he didn't hear the phone. And it was terrible.
Milwaukee Police Detective Vincent Lopez says Sean's body was found 4 days later in this vacant house on North 38th Street near Center and Hadley. He'd been shot and left in the basement.
The other interesting fact of this case is that on Sunday evening, the day before he was located, there was chatter getting back to the family through a number of different juveniles, a lot of juveniles involved in this case, that Sean Dorsey was in a house, but he was not found yet. So there's obviously information through his friends or associates that they knew something happened to him sometime over the weekend.
Well, I try to think good about everybody, but everybody not your friend, and I learned that from him. He always said that to me.
But still, Dorsey is hoping that her son's so-called friends, or anyone who knows who killed him, would just be kind enough to come forward to help ease the pain and guilt.
I wasn't there to protect him.
She'll now live with.
I wasn't.
Forever.
People need to stop being so evil out here. Who give you the right to take somebody's life? A kid, he was 16. He would have been 17 3 days later. Who does that and then leave him in the basement like he's nobody? I would never see his smile again or hear his laugh. I would never see him get married or anything. He had a whole life to live.
If you know anything about this case, call Milwaukee Crime Stoppers. The number is 414-224-TIPS. You can also use the P3 TIPS app. Remember, your call or tip submission is always anonymous. No one will ever know who you are. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you get cash.